So I want to make a video about yet another one of my political opinions. I'm putting these in a playlist. I'm calling Monopoly on Opinion. You can find if you want to see them all. And this is only the second one. The other one's on law. And it's on climate change and the so-called solution to climate change. And I only believe there's one right answer to the problem. And it actually does something about pollution in general, actually. But I'll get to another point about some of the climate deniers. I just thought they should get some mention because, you know, people assume I'm a climate denier because of my politics. I just don't care about your kind of solutions. Where people will equivocate climate and weather, and when the weather's shittier and less favourable, they'll say, yeah, climate change is a problem, and there's studies on it, and yeah, when the weather's more favourable, they'll suddenly not think of climate change. And if there's somewhere the weather's generally favourable, a region, an area like that, a geographical area, they'll believe in one thing or another. And these people change their minds a lot. I think that's stopping happening. I was pretty doubtful about climate change being a risk to me, but actually I was pretty close to a large flood zone lately, and then we've got some interesting weather at the moment. The sun's soaking up more bloody rain, and the wind brings it to land, and I could end up drowning. You'd lose a lot of me shit. Anyway, I'll get to the point about the engineering problem, and you've got like these solutions of wind and solar and battery backup to store the energy so we have power around the clock. And with the wealth of this country, yes, we could build all that crap. The thing with wind is like there's a lot of parts, including the generators, to manipulate electromagnetic energy. You kind of need steel, which is made with coking coal that's been heated up to 3,000 degrees. Then you get the batteries and the lithium mines and stuff, and lithium, like, especially in those mines and lithium-ion batteries, it's just inferior to coal, especially in regards to like the pollution and the output making them. And wind turbines also have carbon fibre. Greta Thunberg's yacht, you know, it's just pollution. Just, you know, obviously the solution to climate change is just going to be assembled here, and things are going to be erected and shipped in, especially the batteries, especially the generators. And it just outsources pollution to places where they don't give a shit. And it doesn't really help at all. It's useless, in fact. Now, I want to get to the point. First I'll mention, before I get to my point, the one right answer, there's a second thing that's very helpful, and it's solar. In Australia, rooftop solar can take stress off the grid when we have it the worst because of hot weather, and you can air condition your house. And, you know, I'll say a joke now before I get to my point on that one solution to climate change. The joke's basically, you know, people will ask me, oh, what would you do about climate change? You know, and it's, you know, it's sort of a loaded question. They want me to say I'm doing nothing. It's not quite a loaded question. It can go more places. But it's like, I'll say, haha, air conditioner goes brr in a chat, you know, like the meme, you know, like, yeah, the inflation, like the Federal Reserve's just money prints to go brr. It's not really a solution. It's a joke. The air conditioner does help, probably, with climate change, especially in this part of the world. You get a warmer climate. You know, you want that one solution, but I want to get to another thing. There's this swamp behind my house when I was a kid growing up. We had this nice house in a town, and behind it there was this swamp in a farm. Because of that, we had extra backyard, really, because cows couldn't really get to the part of the farm between our house and the swamp. Like, yeah, because they just get stuck in this swamp. And that swamp just dried up. But droughts come on and off here in this region. At the moment, I'm at risk of going underwater, but the weather in the world is more volatile than ever. And yeah, so there's this one right answer to climate change and improving our lives and improving the planet, and it's nuclear energy. Yes, nuclear power. Nuclear power is the answer. My hand's getting tired, so the camera's getting shaky. Anyway, back to it. Nuclear energy is a very long-lived energy source. A Generation 4 nuclear power plant built today is very good. It's far safer than anything else. Despite all the disasters that happen with nuclear, it does amazingly well, and far less people are affected by its negative effects. And it only has negative effects when things are done very wrong. There's so many things wrong with Chernobyl. There's a really good channel called Plainly Difficult, which looks at so many disasters and so many just criticality incidents. And Chernobyl was essentially at heart a criticality incident. That's called Plainly Difficult. It's made by a guy called John Like Me. I think when you have the name John, you know a lot. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, nuclear energy. the point is about its longevity. Is it's a very good investment. If they were free to build nuclear power in Australia, do an initial public offering, I would buy stock in it. I do buy stock in the stock market. It's a great way to save money and invest. And nuclear power would pay dividends longer than any other investment I could buy. And so it's the most sensible thing to build, and we don't need government to help. And I know this is a very rich country. We export a lot of things so other countries can make pollution. We export a lot of things. That's a very good thing. And we can actually afford this solution the Labor and the Greens are offering with wind, solar and batteries. But it will outsource so much waste to other countries. And if you believe in these other forms of energy, you don't care about the environment, you care about your country, your backyard, you don't care about the world. And it's supposed to be this age with the internet where I can talk to someone in China, and I do business with people in China, and I do business with people all over the world as a freelance sort of web developer guy. And, you got to stop thinking that way. You've got to think about the actual solution. And nuclear, for this country, we're very independent. We have massive amounts of uranium. We would have to... I don't think we make any plutonium. We still just make yellow cake that plutonium is made from the uranium to, get it in a dense form to transport out of here. And that's the other thing. We're a nuclear country anyway. We might as well be more of a nuclear country. And nuclear energy also, there's no nuclear waste anymore. There has been waste that has to be stored. There's a lot of waste with various forms of mining, like getting lithium ore and stuff. There's dam disasters with mining, iron, gold, lithium, all kinds of things with mining. You end up with these dams full of this shit no one wants. And there's just, on that plainly difficult channel, there's just endless disasters. And I tell you what, nuclear has the least disasters. Nuclear has obviously some pretty big disasters. With Fukushima, there was technology to clean it up. People can live in Fukushima again now, and they don't get much radiation. I'm a bit of a radiation believer myself. I'd like a bit more radiation. I'd like to buy radiation, And anyway, if you don't believe in nuclear energy as a solution to climate change, you are wrong. You're objectively wrong. Objectively wrong here. You're objectively wrong in Alpha Centauri. As long as this is about nuclear energy being on Earth, you are objectively wrong if you don't believe in nuclear energy as a solution to climate change on Earth. If you are in the Pegasus galaxy, you're just wrong in the entire universe. You do not care. You're an engineering denier, and you need to pull your fucking head in and learn about fucking nuclear energy, because it's just getting sick of it. It's just fucking sad. I wish Billie Eilish would make a fucking song about it. Yeah, because I'll quote Billie Eilish. In the end, I really like Billie Eilish, There's just one planet, we live in it. If it goes, we die. And, if it floods here, I might die, considering I lived through the Morwell mine fire, the coal mine fire. It's near it's the coal mine for the dirtiest power station in the world that was shut down and demolished. It's a bit sad, really. Didn't do much wrong, really, in the global scheme, but I'd be happy to see a nuclear power plant there built. So nuclear power is the answer, and if you don't believe that, you are wrong, you are wrong, you are wrong, you are wrong.